Wildlife experts are now bracing for an Asian carp invasion. So what could this mean? News 4's George Rickard is here with more on this morning's special assignment. George?
Yeah, what it could do is jeopardize the habitat for bass and walleye in Lake Erie and bring a different kind of fish that jumps right into the boat.
I grew up on Lake Erie.
Tom Marks runs a charter boat fishing business and took us out for a few casts on Lake Erie. He fears the day that Asian carp ever make it to this end of the Great Lakes.
You'll laugh. It is funny when you first see it. You see these carp jumping in the boats and hitting people.
Have we hit the good spot yet? We're here.
Asian carp were accidentally introduced to the Mississippi River Basin and have thrived ever since.
There you go, Steve. There's one.
They're a large, fast-growing fish, and they eat 40% of their body weight a day, and they grow up to 100 pounds.
The problem is you can't catch them because they only eat plankton, a lot of it, leaving less of it for the young sport fish like walleye and smallmouth bass, which are big business on Lake Erie.
I've had it for Ish Monroe with 17 pounds.
There's a delicate balance here in Lake Erie, and a lot of people were concerned when the goby fish and the zebra mussel first came in, but their effects have not been all bad. With this Asian carp, it could be much different.
They certainly have the potential to disrupt the whole ecosystem at a very profound, very basic level.
Researchers at Buffalo State College's Great Lakes Center are watching from afar as the U.S. Department of Fish and Wildlife operates an electronic barrier in a ship canal near Chicago to keep the Asian carp from swimming from the Mississippi waters to the Great Lakes.
Pathetic. Downright pathetic.
Marks says some of the carp have already slipped into Lake Michigan.
They never really engineered what the ecological barrier would be.
Right now, it's a very big question mark. We don't know what will happen or when.
This is our legacy, is what we do to the Great Lakes.
Now, the DEC is urging federal officials to do what they can at the other end of the Great Lakes to keep them out. And just last month, Senator Schumer called for a federal study to see just what the economic impact is going to be here.
Now, you had told us you can't eat carp, but how did these carp get even into our system?
Someone down south brought them from Asia to put them in their pond, and then a hurricane came along and washed them out of the pond into the Mississippi River Basin, and from there they have taken over.
How does this electric barrier work?
A lot like a dog fence, like an invisible fence, like a shock. The fish don't wear collars, but the fish do not want to get close to this electric shock. However, it doesn't tend to affect small fish as much. So a lot of people believe that the small fish have already slipped through into Lake Michigan.
Oh, it's an interesting story. We'll have to follow it. Thank you very much, George.
Okay.
Well, today we'll